This video is sponsored by Cake Wallet, the easiest open source wallet to store Bitcoin, Monero, and Litecoin securely on mobile and desktop devices. When buying, selling, and exchanging crypto or trading for gift cards, Cake Wallet ensures privacy and security, giving you the keys to your coins. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the Daily Zest. I'm your host, Randi Hipper, here again on a lovely Monday to discuss Bitcoin, Bitcoin ETFs, cryptocurrency, Dogecoin physically to the moon, happening already in process, launch done. What's happening? I'll fill you in. I will fill you in. Pump it up. You've got to pump it up. I am so excited. This week is going to be absolutely chaotic and hopefully in a good way. Guys, if you are ready for the zest, make sure you guys smash the like, subscribe to the channel, and share this stream out with friends so more people know what's going on. This is a really important week, really critical information. Shout out to Huck and Christian and everyone that became a member of the Zesty fam. All thanks to our girl, Alexandra G in the chat. Shout out to Alexandra G for the membershipery. We love membershipery, and we're going to get after it today. So I want to say good morning to every single one of you as you guys are smashing the like, subscribing, share the stream out with friends. You guys know the deal. And checking out our lovely sponsors, both Cake Wallet and Market Cipher. Links are in the live chat as well as the description. Make sure to use code ZESTY or missteencrypto for 20% off of Market Cipher. I love my partner so much. Cake Wallet, the best. The best. You know, you could get like a prepaid card on a Cake Wallet with your crypto and put that in Apple Pay and go spend it in the freaking store. Nice to see everybody on TikTok. Make sure you guys are smashing the likes and sharing the stream out with friends. All right, we got Alexandra G. Thank you again, my girl. Colin McKenzie, it's nice to see you. Randy here as well. S-Dog. Mike Vollmer's back. Woo! Welcome back, Mike. Pickaboo. Pickaboo. I see you, Pickaboo. I see you, Pickaboo. Who else is here? Oh my gosh, I think I had too much coffee. We got Colin McKenzie, it's nice to see you. Mr. Yee is in the chat. John Legends. Don Manning had some issues with his computer. Turns out it was his cat messing around. So watch out for the kitty. Watch out for the kitty. We got Oval here for Emma, of course. Doge Bowl, nice to see you, Doge Bowl. I'll be diving into the Doge news for you, my friend. Tom Allen, good morning. Joe Harvey, hi. Lifer Adam, what's up?
Thank you.
Chad, what up?
Thank you.
Oh, I'm a Rez.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Morning, Rose, cherries, somebody pretend to be you in Insta.
Thank you for the super chat, and thank you for letting me know. I know when you look up missteencrypto, there's like a whole slew of fake accounts. So make sure you guys check for the blue check on Instagram. I'm verified over there, and you'll be sure to know which one is me. And I will not DM you first. I won't ask you for information. You guys know the deal. But thank you for letting me know. I really appreciate it. Make sure you block and report if you can. Thank you. Jeffrey, shout out to you, Jeffrey. Welcome to the stream. Chad, what up? Joe Harvey, I said hello to, who else? Andrew Masad, Donato, what up, friends? Sharam, John Germain, Rob C. Oh, such beautiful people. Uncle Jimmy, give me a golly in the chat. You know what, Jimmy? You should come in and just say golly. I think that should be your opening statement once you enter the chat. Christopher Hanna, it's nice to see you. Welcome to the stream. Thank you again. I'm a Rez. Sawtooth Hiker, nice to see you. Financial Failure, FF in the chat. Nice to see you too. Dave P, Automatic Beats. Some friends from X. Yeah, okay, I think is what his username is. Hello, nice to see you. Razmi, hello. Andy S, Robert S. Oh, a lot of S's in the chat. Cryptoholic said, good afternoon from the UK. Good morning from New York City. It's nice to see you in the chat. Wow, we got beautiful people. Nam, nice to see you. Happy Monday. Alvio, nice to see you. All right, guys. I think I got everyone, and if I didn't, please yell at me. Just tell me I'm a horrible person. Just tell me I'm a horrible person, and I will make sure that I say hi to you. Hi, Crypto Farmer. Oh, Puddles. Hello, Puddles. Welcome, Puddles. Welcome, welcome. It's nice to see everybody in the chat. A lot of beautiful people. Guys, we have over 70 people here. Let's make sure we get at least 125 likes, 100 live viewers. I gotta fix my little item over here. 1 second, and there we go. Beautiful. Okay, Lux Shampoo, it says I yell at you. I'm sorry. Okay. Is it a dress? Yes, it is a dress. I even have a belt. I got a belt, Alexandra G, but no pockets. This is really old. I don't even know when I bought this. I bought this like probably when I was in middle school. What did I need it for? I don't even remember. but it's an old dress and I still fit in it, which is good. Anthony, thank you for the heart me. I appreciate it. Who is this? Hi from Detroit. Oh, hello, Dan says hello from Detroit. Nice to see you. All right. Nice to see you in Piano Matty B this morning. Oh, yes, I like to tune into Piano Matty B. I enjoy him so much. Shout out to Piano Matty B. All right, let's get into the news. Right now, we obviously see that Bitcoin is tapping 45K, as we could see right here with our little visual. We'll talk about everything going on with the Bitcoin ETF. We'll talk about everything going on with Dogecoin actually launching to the moon as people are flying in here. Let's talk about a few things before we get into the ETF stuff, because I know, again, that's what people really want to hear. So I'll give them a minute to get in the freaking stream. Sammy, say hello from Oregon. What's up? What's up, Zay? Hello, Ben Brown with the dress emoji. He likes the dress emoji. All right. Let's get it. First. Bitcoin adoption is happening despite the ETFs. People are focused on the asset itself, and that's a beautiful thing. In-person businesses accepting Bitcoin nearly tripled in 2023. We see here looking for a place to spend your Bitcoins in real life and maybe easier than ever. The project, according to BTC Map, has currently listed over 6,300 vendors that accept Bitcoin in the past year. The total is nearly 3 times more than the number of vendors who accepted Bitcoin at the end of 2022. This is according to, again, BTC Map. So this is really great for adoption. And the spending, the e-commerce part, is only expanding, as the Japanese e-commerce giant Mercari is also going to allow Bitcoin payments from June. Mercari, which is one of the largest Japanese e-commerce platform, will allow users to make purchases using its flea market app listed products using, of course, Bitcoin starting in June. According to a report, the platform will facilitate Bitcoin transactions via its Tokyo-based crypto exchange subsidiary, Melcoin. The prices of the listed items in a flea market app will be displayed in Japanese yen with an option to pay in Bitcoin. Vendors and sellers will still receive the paid Bitcoin in local fiat currency, as the marketplace will convert its Bitcoin through its exchange partner in real time. They have 22 million monthly users. It was launched in 2013, and over the years, they've embraced crypto. Recently, the firm launched a Bitcoin crypto trading service, which allows users to buy and sell Bitcoin using proceeds from sales on the platform. The e-commerce giant's loyalty program is crypto-centered as well, allowing users to swap their points for cryptocurrency. Oh, yay, Japan, another country that's ahead of the United States in terms of payments. Yes, the Bitcoin will be converted into local fiat currency, which we do see a lot with these payment processors now, stuff like BitPay and things like that. So I'm low-key supportive of it, except that you're giving these exchanges more Bitcoin. But at the end of the day, what is it all about? Currency, using Bitcoin as currency. So I do support any way to do that. And of course, if the sellers or the vendors wanted to get some more Bitcoin back from their sales, they could use the sales and buy Bitcoin back using this platform. And that way they're still hodling Bitcoin either way. So I'm very supportive of this. I think it's pretty cool. So shout out to all the businesses accepting Bitcoin. And that number again tripled in 2023 and will only continue to expand in 2024 with the rise of the adoption and all the news that will be coming out about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. Again, it's beautiful. Speaking of payments with Bitcoin, the Honduras special zone officially recognized Bitcoin as a unit of account. So another huge thing that's happening here. Less than 2 years after adopting Bitcoin as legal tender, Prospera, a special economic zone in Roatan, Honduras, has officially recognized Bitcoin as a unit of account, meaning it can be used to measure the market value of goods and services. This was a development spearheaded by Jorge, the acting manager and tax commissioner of Prospera Zone for Employment and Economic Development, on January 5th. On the 7th, he said that the motive was to offer financial freedom to individuals and businesses operating in the area. He says, we believe in the right to financial freedom and monetary freedom. People should be free to carry out transactions, do their accounting, and report the taxes in the currency of their free choice. This development means Bitcoin can be used as a monetary unit to measure the market value of various goods and services in the zone. However, he said that it could not implement final Bitcoin tax payment procedures at the moment, citing tech limitations with its e-governance system in addition to some external regulatory issues. Before the time being, tax liabilities will be determined in reference to the Bitcoin for internal counting purposes. This is so interesting. So basically, you could price things, I guess, is what this is saying, in a Bitcoin. So unit of account, that's really, really dope. So again, people are spending Bitcoin, people are accepting Bitcoin in Honduras, of all places, again, ahead of the United States in this decision, to say that people could use Bitcoin as a unit of account and have the freedom to pay their taxes or carry out transactions in the currency of their choice. Freedom of choice. Again, more freedom in Honduras than the United States in one way or another. It's actually pretty wild. Oh, man. And while we're looking at Honduras, we're looking at Japan, all making moves to accept Bitcoin, improve the usage of it, the regulation of it. Even Nigeria, we looked at last week, defined what a digital asset is, which is something that the United States still can't do. We have spot Bitcoin ETFs. Now, here's the latest news on it all. Get ready, buckle up. It's about to get freaking zesty, man. If you guys think that the Bitcoin ETF will be approved this week, put a yes or a one emoji. Oh, wait, a one or a yes emoji. And if you think that it's not going to get approved, that Gary is going to rug us all, put a two or a no emoji for no approval. Guys, I'm a little nervous. I think Gary does have potential to rug, but at the end of the day, could he legally do that when he's lost against Grayscale and there's no legal basis to really say no at this point? However, Gary Gensler, all of these people, they have their motives. Here's the latest. This is what's happening this morning, where we have amended S1 filings now to await SEC approval. Multiple applicants for a Bitcoin ETF have been rushing to file their Form S1 amendment to the U.S. SEC on Monday as expected. Valkyrie was among the first companies to file the amendment, widely expected date for January 10th for the first spot Bitcoin ETF to be approved in the United States. Valkyrie was followed by WisdomTree, BlackRock, Van Eck, Invesco and Galaxy, Grayscale, ARK Invest, 21 Shares Fidelity, Bitwise, and Franklin Templeton. The new filings open a potentially historic week for Bitcoin as they are hopeful for an expected finalization of their S1 amendments today. This includes information about fees and everything like that. So, concerning the fees, there's a huge battle over the fees right now. They're all updating the fees for their ETF, which, again, if you have lower fees, it makes you more competitive. So far, shout out to BTC Archive. Fidelity has a 0.39%, BlackRock 0.2%, and then after the first 12 months, it's going to be 0.3%. ARK Invest, nothing for the first 6 months, and 0.25% after that. So that's pretty interesting because you're not really making money off of that, which is a little suspect. Van Eck, 0.25%. Galaxy Invesco, nothing, and then up to just over 0.5% after that, 1.5% for Grayscale, and Bitwise is nothing for the first 6 months and just under 0.25% after that. What? So this is where the confusion kind of comes in, and I wasn't the only one that was confused, because Caitlin Long also jumped in. Caitlin Long is the founder and CEO of Custodial Bank, who has her own battles as well with the SEC and the Fed and everybody in between. So shout out to Caitlin Long. She tweeted this morning. She put something out. When fees are lower than costs, please, please, please ask yourself how the asset manager is making money managing the fund. With no fee funds, the answer is usually securities lending, a practice that can pose a lot of hidden risks to investors. What's really going on here? So let's put this in book mode to make it easier for viewing. Here's the disclosure about Bitcoin ETF trust expenses from the latest BlackRock amendment. Look at all the parties that must be paid from that sponsor fee. Understand how each one gets paid. Then again, please ask yourself what's really going on here. So it's saying here the sponsor has arranged for the creation of the trust for the public offering of the shares on NASDAQ. They agreed to assume the marketing and following administrative expenses, the fees of the trustee, the Delaware trustee and the trust administrator, the custodian's fee, NASDAQ listing fees, SEC registration fees, printing and mailing costs, tax reporting fees. So fees on fees on fees, and the excess of 500 grand, all of these numbers being thrown around here. There's also here, she's so hoping people dig in. Zero fee ETFs typically make money by lending stock to clients, selling other products, and offering lower interest on cash funds. And then there was another article in 2018 that she wrote on the very topic. That's the same thing when crypto exchanges, they say zero fees on trading. There's another way they're making money. So the same thing goes for the ETF. So the companies themselves could be putting themselves in a more risky position by saying that there are no fees, so that way they could diversify their assets and maybe do something we don't like with that. So again, there are a lot of risks associated with the Bitcoin ETFs. So that's the latest stuff, the battle of the fees. If they're not making money with the fees, especially for some of them at least 6 months, there's something else behind the scenes that they are doing. People are saying that the approval odds of getting approved for this Bitcoin ETF are over 90%. As you guys can see here, odds of a spot Bitcoin ETF being approved in the US have risen more than 90%. Two influential analysts at Bloomberg said, while crypto market participants are betting Polymarket became more pessimistic, trimming the odds to 85%, referring to the likelihood of the SEC rejecting proposals after Friday's flurry of updated filings. Bloomberg ETF analyst Eric said on a Saturday post, I go with 5% at this point, but you got to leave a little window open for these things. He previously tipped the odds at 90% in November, saying that the updated forms and the indicated providers were moving in the right direction. We see crypto market participants have a dimmer view of the approval. Before January 15th, participants have cumulatively wagered around $500K on the approval being delayed or even denied, lowering the odds to last week's 90%. We will see. It's a game. Everyone thought that the ETF was going to get approved last week. People thought it got rejected. People do not know what's going on here. The only person who really knows what's going on is Gary Gensler. And he's just still saying we're
hucksters, fraudsters, scam artists, Ponzi schemes.
Here's the thing. Not only are we battling with Gary Gensler, how he doesn't like to answer certain questions, let's talk about someone else that's very special, Liz Warren. Guys, if you guys would do me the lovely favor, because I added this new emoji this morning for all of my Zesty members, drop a Liz Warren emoji. We're about to talk about her. Liz Warren and Gary Gensler, along with Janet Yellen, are the leaders of the anti-crypto army. Liz Warren is still saying that Bitcoin and crypto is for terrorists, when less than 1% of crypto's transactions are for illicit activity. She has never provided one blockchain receipt of what has happened and who has transpired in these illicit activities. Never mind, Cash is 4% of illicit activity that's responsible for. She has some associations in the political field. Besides the bankers trying to actively lobby with her and back her bill to effectively try to kill self-custody in the United States, which again is actually impossible. It's the next delusion that they have. She's associated with this group called Better Markets. Now, Better Markets, on their X, they describe themselves as an independent, nonpartisan nonprofit promoting the economic security, opportunity, and prosperity of the American people. Now, they're retweeting this guy, Steven, who said the SEC must not facilitate the financial carnage that will follow if the crypto industry is allowed to repackage, add a veneer of legitimacy to, and widely disseminate the financial product that is little more than a socially worthless gambling chip. So they're saying that still, Bitcoin is a gambling chip. It's worthless. Now, let me ask better markets, what is the dollar worth? Since we're talking about worthless, what is the dollar worth when nothing is backing it and you just print, lowering its value every single day as we speak? But Bitcoin actually has value because it's created by energy, by people, and has a finite supply, has a halving schedule every 4 years, no centralized entity that's in control of it. That is why they don't like it. So Bitcoin actually has value.
You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome.
Forget about the ETF. The biggest question is, can Randi do a better Michael Saylor impersonation than Piano Matty B?
That's actually
Thoughtful
really
face.
funny. That's actually really funny. Thank you, Mark Dutch. I'll do it in a little bit. Lies, deception. Continuing. They also filed a supplemental comments letter, Better Markets, detailing why the SEC should reject a Bitcoin ETF. Now, this is where you'll really laugh. Within this little screenshot here, oh, poop, it's not even showing the full thing. It's not even, all right, hold on, let's go over here. Skip the screenshot. So it says the SEC must follow the law and reject spot Bitcoin ETPs, which will inflict massive investor harm. Let's hear that, how they're going to cry. The approval of spot Bitcoin ETPs would be a historic mistake, almost certainly leading to massive investor harm. The immense and unrelenting fraud and manipulation in the Bitcoin market means that approving these products would expose millions of American investors and retirees to the harms that the SEC exists to prevent. It would also undoubtedly lead the crypto industry to claim or imply that their products are now approved by the government. The crypto industry will almost certainly flood Americans with market propaganda suggesting that the SEC's action legitimized crypto, giving false comfort to the retails. The SEC must not facilitate the financial carnage that will follow if the crypto industry is allowed to repackage, add a veneer of legitimacy to, and widely disseminate a financial product that is little more than a socially worthless gambling chip. I guess I should just pack it up. I guess we should just all leave. I guess we should just shut it all down now. Let's go home. Oh, wait, I am home. Let's leave. Buy crypto, buy. No, this is actually hilarious. This is actually hilarious. This was the most dramatic thing ever. This sounds like a girl that, like, her boyfriend broke up with her, and it's like he's starting to talk to another girl. She saw on his, like, Instagram story he was out with somebody else, and now she's writing a whole thread on why he's such a bad dude just because he moved on without her. That's exactly what this is like. This is exactly what they're doing. They're saying that crypto is going to flood Americans with marketing propaganda, as if this is not propaganda, saying that cryptocurrency is a socially worthless gambling chip when the dollar legitimately has no value except for the value that these people give it, when there's no reason for any of the dollar's creation except that they press the button to create it, that there's going to be so much fraud and manipulation in crypto when all of the fraud and manipulation happens within the traditional financial system. Because Bitcoin, let's not forget, it's transparent. Every single transaction is seen on the blockchain. However, the banks, like JP Morgan, are paying billions and billions and billions of dollars in fines. But they still get to operate. They still get to continue with illicit financing. The people in our government get to insider trade against us. Senator Robert Menendez took cash, gold, mortgage payments, in exchange for just straight up bribery, giving our information to the Egyptian government. So the last time I checked, this is not, or does not, this doesn't have anything to do with crypto. What this has everything to do with is maintaining dollar dominance. This has to do with manipulation. This is propaganda. This is the definition of propaganda. Whenever somebody says something like this, that the other side is spreading propaganda, most likely it's them deflecting on themselves. I love deflection because it shows who these people really are. And if they really were for the prosperity, like in their Twitter bio, as it states here, that they are promoting economic security, opportunity, and prosperity of the American people, why don't you promote Bitcoin? Because that actually brings prosperity to everybody in America, where you don't have to be an accredited investor and be worth a few $100,000 at least to start investing. It evens the playing field. Anybody, anywhere in the world, you could have $1 and you could still start with Bitcoin. They're lying to you. Straight up lying. They don't care about the prosperity of anybody else but themselves. Or else they wouldn't have backed Liz Warren. Or else they would push for the Bitcoin ETF. Life, liberty, property. That is Bitcoin. Anyone else that's fighting Bitcoin like these people does not care about your rights. They care about themselves. So that is absolutely ridiculous. When I saw that, I actually started laughing, like audibly laughing. LOL'd for real. LOL'd for real. But yeah, I think this is very interesting. Very, very interesting. Wow. I just can't believe what I'm reading. I can't believe it. It's like, oh gosh. I think it's very fun. I shout out to Liz Warren. You got to give her props. You got to give her and her bros props. All of these people that manipulate you every day, give them props because at least they're putting the work in. But at the end of the day, they don't really post what they really want to say. They don't post the same things they say on TV, or else they get community freaking noted. Or else they get community noted because they know they're wrong. And they know that nobody else is going to correct them in the media. That's the whole problem with the media. That's the whole problem with our government. That's the whole problem with all these celebrities, is that it doesn't matter what they say, because who's really going to hold them accountable? If you go up the totem pole, if you go up the hierarchy, okay, let's say Liz Warren and Nancy Pelosi, we know all these people like to insider trade against you. They make millions of dollars and no one knows where their money goes. So if they're doing something wrong, who's going to hold them accountable if these are already the most powerful people, or some of the most powerful people in our country, besides our president, which, yeah, we're going to say he's checked out for right now. So who's going to hold these people accountable? How are we going to change our government? Because let's say we do have the SEC Stabilization Act that passes. They fire Gary Gensler. Who's going to still hold these people accountable? Who's going to say that these, or find and prove all of these illicit financing that's happening? Even with FTX, SBF, he gave all these politicians millions of dollars. Where did the money go? Did they ever give it back? No. Instead, on a Friday night going into the weekend, they dropped the charges so that they didn't have to delve in to campaign financing, because they don't want you to know where the money goes. They don't want you to know who actually received what. SBF was the second largest donor to our current president. The corruption is so deep. The money is so deep. And that's why we have to tell people what Bitcoin is, so that way we can get out of this vicious cycle of corruption and all these rich people getting richer while we're sitting here struggling every single day and feel like we're at the mercy of these criminals, because that's what they are. They're criminals. They work against you every single day. Every single day. Shout out to PNB, man. Much
Lizzie
love.
Dubs, the banking biotch.
Yes. Lizzie Dubs. Lizzie Dubs. If you really look at the world and what starts the corruption, it's the money. It's the money. It's even biblical, dude. It's even biblical how there's going to be that these people that end up running the world, the one world government is biblical. They tried to warn us so long ago. Like, why are we going to let history repeat? We can't, which is why we're educating people about crypto. This is why we're talking about Bitcoin. So that way we could stop the vicious cycle. So that way we could bring the power back to the people and maybe bring some good to this world. Because they can't shut down Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is that thing that steps in and stops this new world order or whatever they're trying to do here. Money, it's the root of all the evil. The fiat is the root of all corruption. Look at the wars. Since they start all these world wars, it's the same people playing both sides and funding both sides. So that way, no matter what happens, they still make more money. One side makes money, gives it back. The other side is in debt for gosh knows how long and has to pay it back. It's so much manipulation, so much crime, and keeping the same families, the same people in power that just want to take over the world. They want to take over your mind. They want you to think that, oh yeah, let's just give up more freedoms for convenience. Let's just say okay, okay, okay. We have to stop saying okay and start asking questions and getting answers. And when we don't get answers, let's make sure we try to get them, or we do make moves to get them. And when people do try to make moves to go get these answers, they get shut down. But that's why we have to keep pushing. And every time there is a public display of people peacefully doing something, then they try to make it look like they're criminals. But people that are actually lighting things on fire in the street, that's okay. Where's the root of all the money, Meninja? It's the central banks. It's the families that run the central banks. And the same families that have been running the central banks since it was created. The same ones who started the banks in Europe, who had that little revolution, the French Revolution, the American Revolution. What did they do? They just opened more central banks in all these new countries. Same people that ran the banks in Europe came to America, started the banks here, these same rich families, I started all these little banks, when it's all the same. It's all the same because they want to control the economy. They want to control your life. The Bank for International Settlements, a group of unelected bureaucrat central bankers that control 95% of the world's economy. And you're telling me that's normal? That we should have that? That there should be just a handful of people that control your entire life and get to make these calls? The World Economic Forum, the same old people, and even little Greta, much, I don't know. Greta has her grind and stuff. I'm not trying to have her come after me now. But they get to go in their private jets. They get to have all their money while they tell us what to do, how to live our lives, and what's acceptable for us to do. Why do we listen to these people? Why aren't we asking more questions? Wake up. Sometimes I just want to shake people. Wake up! Because that's really what has to happen. And we're going into the age of the Great Awakening. I'm telling you. Things are getting real. Things are getting real. 2024 is going to be different. We're starting to see it already. The truth always comes out. It might take a little bit longer. Might be a little bit more work this time around because we're breaking this generational wheel right now. But the truth is coming out. And the people that are here, that are speaking the truth, that are promoting truth, which is blockchain and code, are the people that will win. The people that will continue to educate others and wake them up as to what's going on. Because I'm sick. I'm tired of it. I even watched The Sound of Freedom over the weekend. I know that's a controversial movie, but I don't care. I don't care. That movie shook me to my freaking core. Wake up. You fix the money, you fix the world. And people can't do really bad things like they're doing right now. I'm getting a little emotional because it's really so sad, dude. It's so sad. But I'm bullish on Bitcoin. That's why I'm so bullish on this space. And that's why I talk to you guys all the time about how Bitcoin and crypto, it's not about making money, guys. It's not about making money. It's about financial sovereignty. It's about being your own bank, holding your own value, no censorship, and owning something. It's not own nothing and be happy, because once you own something, you will be miserable. You will feel like a sheep. You will be forced to stay in line, or else what? Social credit score goes down. Everything gets absolutely...
Thank you. welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, gains are made. Yes, gains are made in this space, but it's not just about making money, guys. It's about freedom. It's about having money that belongs to you. Because let's say you trade, you make your money. You put your money in the bank. And then we pull an SVB, we pull a First Republic, all these banks. You pull up to your bank tomorrow, and they say that you cannot get your money out. Your magical little bank app doesn't work anymore. Then what do? Then your profits are zero. You have no profits.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Spoken like a true crypto prophet.
Mwah. Appreciate you, Armani. So that's what it's about. It's about having money that belongs to you, because the global financial crisis is not over. And I'm begging people to do their own research on this. The financial crisis is not over. These banks will continue to fail. When I told people years ago that the banks were going to fail, they called me an anarchist. They called me a crazy person. And all the names that I can't even say on this show because it's a little inappropriate for our young audience. But look what happened. We had at least 5 bank failures in 2023. Now all these people that you told all these things to before, maybe they'll actually, oh yeah, something's happening. Something is happening. Bitcoin is freedom. Bitcoin is hope. Bitcoin is a guarantee of financial sovereignty, something we've never ever seen before. You've always had to rely on other people to hold your wealth, to make your dollar worth something. When they don't respect you, they don't respect your time. Because all these people that worked all their lives to accumulate all that fiat currency that now sits in their bank account, but since 2019 is worth at least 75% less, maybe more. What are you going to say to them? That now they just have to work harder? That they have to work more? That their energy isn't worth the same amount? That all the time, the effort that they put into accumulating their value, it's not worth the same? And that's fair? That all these people didn't get to take part in the decision to hit the money printer? To give all this money away to other countries and other people that are coming in here now? That we're feeding all these people, putting clothes on other people, when there are people in the streets, own citizens, veterans, that do not have a home, that do not have clothes, that do not have food every single day. This is the problem with the money. It's that we can't control it, and we can't help people with it. But we could with Bitcoin, we could with crypto. And we'll know where the money goes, because once you donate or you give somebody money, it's on the blockchain and you see where it goes. You see if your money's actually going somewhere. Who's really helping veterans today with money? That's what I'm talking about. Nobody. And that's horrible that these people went and fought gosh knows where and experienced gosh knows what to come home and not be respected like they should. Think I need a tissue. So yeah, that's my beef. That's my beef. I don't know. I went on a complete tangent, but I feel like it was worth it. I feel like it was worth it. My face even got red. My face got red. Oh, it's because I'm getting crazy. It's because I'm getting crazy. But yeah, that was my truth. That is what people need to wake up to. And I hope that we are waking people up day by day. Patriot said, you don't fall in line, you stand for what's right, and they freeze all digital gains. That's why you have to have Bitcoin, because they can't shut it off. They can't shut you off. But with your money in your bank account, they get to shut you off whenever they want. Why aren't people realizing this? All these banks, they're not telling you that all these banks are getting hacked. Bank after bank after bank, and we go and cover this on the show for a reason, because the banks are not safe. The infrastructure, they're over-leveraged. Their technological infrastructure, it's freaking outdated. Their servers are from 20 years ago. So, what are we doing here? Why are we still supporting a system that's broken? It's just the truth. It's just the truth. Man, it's crazy, dude. Like, people's social security numbers getting leaked, your bank numbers, your biometric data getting leaked. That's okay. The mainstream media, let's never report about the banks getting hacked. But let's talk about the teeniest little crypto problem that has nothing to do with crypto. Like, are you... It's the definition of delulu. It's the definition of delusion. It's the definition of freaking delusion. Start asking questions. Start asking questions. Get your answers. Do your research. My Michael Saylor impression. Bitcoin is amazing. I can't really do what Michael Saylor. I don't have like that deep voice. Like Michael Saylor is like, and this is why you have to talk about Bitcoin, guys, because it's property. No one can take it from you, and you can take it to your grave. That's him. Take it to your grave. No one could take that from you. That's Michael Saylor. That's what the best I could do. You have the Bitcoin halving. You got the businesses that are gonna have some Bitcoin in their treasury. All of it. All right, so Swash, my bank card got hacked like 6 times, 6 different cards. Dude, identity theft is no freaking joke. Identity theft is no joke. And all these banks are getting hacked. They're not even telling their customers until they're like sending an email. Hey, man, why don't you go check your account, make sure that there's no activity that's wrong on there, okay? Ben Brown, the nanny. Fran Dresser? Oh, not Fran Dresser. Who are you talking about? I love Fran Dresser. What a queen. What a queen she is. All right, so let's continue on. I don't even know how many likes we have. I just hope we hit 150. That's the goal for today. I want to talk about something that's actually like important that not a lot of people even know that happened. So I'm just gonna, I'm gonna freaking go off. I'm gonna stop myself from losing my noodles again about this TradFi stuff because it's so corrupt and it's so sad. I want to talk about something that's like slightly exciting. Woohoo, exciting, yay. All right, so let's talk. I'm just crazy. I'm just freaking nuts. All right, let's talk about Dogecoin. Now, the reason why I'm talking about Dogecoin, it's not because it's below 9.5 cents and even below 8 cents. We're at 0.078 cents this morning. Pretty historic day in Dogecoin history, considering that there was a launch for a physical Dogecoin to go to the moon. I got some images last night. Shout out to my Dogers I was in spaces with. A physical Dogecoin being sent to the moon by this guy, Joe. You see here, it's physically beautiful. There's a little letter here. They have it in a moon box. Whoa, what is this?
You're welcome.
You're
Oh,
amazing.
shoot.
Heart. 0.001800000 BTC.
I just got $80 of Bitcoins. Yay. Thank you. So the physical Dogecoin is going to be held in something called a moon box. So this is basically like a little time capsule that they have. This mission did launch yesterday, or technically this morning in Eastern time at around 2 a.m. was the launch. It was launched by NASA, which again, a physical Dogecoin on the moon. It's expected to arrive around February of 2024, so in just about over a month. There's a little letter here. Dear Dogecoin on the moon, on behalf of Astrobotic, who are the people who are behind the launch with ULA, they want to congratulate you for your moon mail reservation. You have joined the exclusive group of space pioneers leading a new era of space activity on the moon. By sending your keepsake to the moon, you are forever taking your story or linking your story to the night sky. So again, physical Dogecoin looks beautiful. Here's a little video of the guy from Astrobotic who again was behind this launch.
Pittsburgh, we made it. We are at the launch pad. We've got our lander just on top that was built in the Steel City. We are ready to launch. All sides point to go, and we're going to be landing on the surface of the moon February 23rd. The journey starts right here. Pittsburgh, we made it. We are at the launch.
The launch did go smooth last night. The physical Dogecoin is in orbit around the Earth. This dates back a really long time ago. If you look back 9 years ago, 9 years ago, they were talking about this mission. So this mission isn't new. It's not FUD. So if you go and scroll, I was doing some digging on Reddit last night to try to find more information on it. 9 years ago, there was a post for the moon marketplace, Dogecoin on the moon.com, and to scroll down, someone said, can we have more information? Is this legit? Someone said, I've exchanged a few emails with the creator, Sporadically Joe, and I believe it's very legit. He's been on Reddit for 2 years and wants to take advantage of Google's astrobotic team. While we wait for updates on our Africa to moon mission, why not go to the moon multiple times? Plus, we get to create a little marketplace on the moon for the meantime. It would be great for SHIBs looking to buy, sell things for Dogecoin. You could read the creator's original post about it here. But if you click the comment, Sporadically Joe is banned, so I couldn't really talk or go on his profile and talk to him. But he said, hello, my name is Joseph. First, I want to say that Africa to the Moon was a great success, and they have some media coverage on that, but they want to send Dogecoin to the moon. He said he reached out to someone named Dan Hendrickson at Google X's astrobotic team for 11 million Doge, which is at that time only $1,600. They could put an actual Dogecoin on the moon. Instead of just asking for money, I wanted the community to do something with it. When you donate to dogecoinonthemoon.com, you got a pixel space to link anything you want. This could be a great resource. So this dates back so long ago, over 9 years ago. This physical Dogecoin was ready for it 7 years ago. Certificate of authenticity, the whole thing ready to go. This gold-plated Dogecoin is one of 25 original coins issued. One of these original 25 coins will be landing on the moon with the help of Astrobotic in 2017. Obviously, it did not happen in 2017, did not happen in 2021 either, and happened last night. I do have a little clip of the launch. Where is it at? So NASA, if you guys want to check it out, here's the launch posted by NASA with Astrobotic ULA, the first American commercial robotic lunar launch and the next step in their mission to explore the moon, as well as they did not include the Dogecoin on it, which was very sad. But the Dogecoin is on this little rocket. Here's the takeoff if you guys want to see.
And arming the flight termination system. At T-minus 1 minute, the range operations commander confirms the range is in a green condition for launch. At T-minus 25 seconds, you'll hear Go Vulcan, Go Centaur, Go Peregrine. This is the final status check of rocket and payload readiness. At T-minus 7 seconds, Rofi sparklers will ignite, followed a second later by initiation of the launch pad water deluge system.
All right, hold on. We got to go backwards.
T-minus 7 minutes and counting. 3, 2, 1, mark. 6:55. Ground pyros enabled.
Vulcan rocket away from Cape Canaveral Space Launch
Look at it
Complex
go.
41. Shortly after liftoff, the rocket begins a pitchover to attain the proper flight path while minimizing the dynamic pressure it experiences during flight. Vulcan then reaches Mach 1, the speed of sound, with the ability to add 2, 4, or 6 solid rocket boosters, or SRBs. Vulcan can be precisely configured to take any mission to space, from low Earth orbit to Pluto and beyond. These boosters augment the rocket's total thrust at liftoff, adding approximately 460,000 pounds of thrust per SRB. With their propellant expired approximately 90 seconds into ascent, the SRBs burn out, followed by jettison. Jettison time is variable, occurring.
So that's pretty much a little process of what's going on there. So it's pretty interesting to see everything that went on with the little launch. But that was the clip from NASA concerning that. I don't know where the actual, that was like a little draft of what happens when it launches. I don't know why it's not loading for me. I wish it would. Freaking sheesh, man.
and off camera.
Freaking sheesh. Where's she at? Yeah, I think that's pretty much what I can get from it. But pretty interesting stuff, really interesting. I'm pretty excited to like see what happens if it lands. But again, the estimate for the landing is around February, towards the end of February. And I'm very excited. Yay! Dogecoin. We'll check on the price of Dogecoin again in a few minutes. We're going to go over the market recap. But shout out to Dogecoin. It's really important for Dogecoin adoption. Apparently, this fun fact, apparently the rumor has it this was funded with Dogecoin as they wanted to do on Reddit, but they had to sell the Dogecoin in order to pay them. So they didn't accept Dogecoin directly for this one. However, there will be a Doge 1 mission very soon, around the time that this actually lands. So that way they could launch more stuff like a satellite that has a Dogecoin radio. So that way you could transact with Dogecoin. You could pay with certain coins to display ads that are going to be on a satellite. The satellite will have a little camera facing a screen. So that way people will be able to pay with crypto in order to have ads on a satellite. So shout out to Dogecoin. Shout out to the community. Very sweet people. I was on spaces with a lot of them, and this is really big for Dogecoin adoption. If they mention it. Freaking dang, man. Freaking dang. Let's take a look at the market recap. We got Hex. That's surprisingly up 20% today. Wonder what's going on there. Stacks is up 11%. ICP. So we have a few things in the green today, but a little bit more red than green. Taking a look at Bitcoin this morning, trying to tiff with 45K. Seems like we keep battling with, again, a very important level that we've been discussing, which is 44.8. Just above our resistance of 44.8. I want to close above it today, establish a nice support there. We're currently at 44.9, up 2% just about. Money flow is still in the green ever so slightly, dimming. It's a light. However, we had a green dot that's starting to play out here with the momentum, VWAP curving upwards, which we like to see. And the RSI is pretty interesting, bouncing up into this bullish zone. So again, most ideal situation is 46K, obviously, but we want to close above 44.8. So that's ideally what I want to see today. And hopefully we're in a bullish looking situation. We're in a bullish looking situation. Of course, the ETF could have some impact on that. However, we got the weekly, man. The weekly is very interesting. Again, we tried to tap almost 46K. We were just a few bucks below it last week. Didn't tap it. Fell below 44.8 and closed below it.
You're welcome.
Wishing you only happiness, smile.
Aww. Thank you, Joe Harvey. Here's a rain of love for you, my friends. And I can't really display it here, but apparently there was a weekly golden cross that was displayed for the first time. And I know Tom Crown and I were talking about it here on the show when I had him recently. And it actually started to play out, which he tweeted this morning. Where is it? He did post it. I'm pretty sure he did. Thomas. Yeah, there it is. Shout out to Tom. First golden cross complete on the weekly. We were talking about it a while ago. So I'm actually really excited that this happened. So that's another bullish signal. But sometimes Bitcoin doesn't really care about like the golden crosses or the death crosses. She has histories of like straight up not giving a sheesh. However, 44.8 on the weekly. Money flow starting to go up, which is nice. Hopefully we could curve over with that VWAP. RSI is looking pretty snazzy. It's overbought, actually, so we're going to have to see what happens here. If that indicates an incoming downtrend, it would make sense as it's kind of like peaking out right here. But at the same time, could she keep going and blast off? Don't know. It also depends on, I guess, the ETF. And I don't know. Could it be a buy the rumor, sell the news? Could it be like all this ishkabibble? I think I'm going to vote ishkabibble. Let's look at Ethereum. I also want to ask you guys, do you think that we're going to close in the green overall this week, despite what happens with the ETF? Put a 1 or a yes emoji. And if you think we're going to close in the red, put a 2 or a no emoji. We have $2,272 ETH, up 2.24%. So we're looking snazzy, looking zesty. We got that VWAP peaking down. However, money flow is going up with the red dot that's printed a few days ago, which could change. This is the weekly ETH. We were just overbought ever so slightly a few days ago. No, actually a month ago. I thought this was January for some reason. My mistake. A month ago, just about. kind of still in that bullish direction, looking to head upwards. Hopefully that continues. Again, a few weeks we've been battling with this, but I want to close at 2340 this week. That's ultimately the goal. For the daily, though, for the daily, we're looking to push that 2340 again. We rejected it over here on the 3rd, so we're looking to make a comeback. We're looking to make a comeback. Are we back yet, guys? Can the devs do something? Red dot pushed the momentum down, but the VWAP is heading up, which is nice. However, the volatility on the RSIs look real as we went into bearish territory and kind of hanging over the neutral zone. Looking for a bullish push, though, hopefully. 2340, man, that's where I feel like my heart's warm and fuzzy. Look at Litecoin. Litecoin, $65.90. 2.5% in the green. Yay, Litecoin. Although Litecoin was below $62, which again I was telling you guys to watch out for, a little bit scary. $61 was our low for the day. Hopefully we could push above at least 69, maybe tap 69 and get above that little downtrend that we've been in for like a few years now. Come on, Litecoin, what the frick? We also have that red money flow, but the VWAP looks like he wants to curve upwards. I want to see what that momentum does here. Looks like a lot of curvature. We were heading towards that region of oversold, but we kind of bounced. So I'm very interested to see if we go into neutral here with Litecoin. Because usually, again, if Litecoin wants to make a move, it'll make a freaking move. But she's just laying there. She's taking the heat. We're looking again to break up here with Litecoin. Not break up with her, like, you know, relationship. Break upwards in the upwards green direction. Although we have a red dot that's printed, VWAP down. So again, like, I'm not seeing the best of the zest here on the weekly, honestly. But we'll see. Dogecoin on the weekly, again, below our little 8-cent support. Or not, we didn't really establish support there either, but... no! And we're also getting closer to 200-day SMA, so I'm hoping that doesn't happen. But again, I'm not seeing the best of the zest with these signals on Dogecoin. So yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm in a little bit of a tiff whiff right now. I'm a little bit tiffy. Positive volume on Bitcoin. It's moving. I'm hoping, man. You're right. We're over 45K again. 45.50 around. $45,070. Ooh, 45. Ooh. Yeah, it seems like we're hanging around there. Seems like we're hanging. Ooh, I'm excited. We're pamping. David Lee, LTC breakup. No, I don't want to break up with her. No. Jaxie, MTC rebranding. She's like, dude, I'm like 30 almost. I'm going to be 21 next month, guys. We're going to celebrate together. I'm so excited. B team, what up? Randy A, nice to see you. No friend zone, I'm dead. Pat M said, pimp this. Rich Tran said, why are there still some Bitcoin and ETH shorters? Pretty ballsy to be shorting at the 11th hour. I mean, listen, dude. Listen, Rich. People are always going to do things that they feel are okay. And we just can't tell them not to because it's what they want to do. So, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. Trump over here says we're mooning. Oh, yeah, we're just over 45K. I want to see if we continue to move up. 55K, here we come. I hope so. Someone said I look like I'm 30. That's nice. Thank you. I appreciate that. If that's a compliment, I don't know. JD Club, nice to see you. Welcome. Patrick Murphy, everyone in the chat. You guys are beautiful. Flying Tiger, hello. Corey Butler, hello. What's up, Billy? Hi, Billy, with a little cookie heart emoji. What's up, Billy? Did you have a good day or a good weekend with the family? Commander Crunk says hi from Cali, hello. David Carney said hello, X emoji. Hi. Meninja said, mic check, 1, 2. Mic check. Mic check, 1, 2. Boo. Colby said ETF approval. When? We're trying to figure that out, man. We're going to have to see. They put in their amended S1s today, some of their final paperworks here this morning by an 8 a.m. deadline. So maybe we'll hear something by the end of today, or probably people are estimating by Wednesday so the SEC and all these old people could put on their little granny glasses and look at the final comments. Because they're little grannies that need to go to bed and should have been retired 20 years ago. Corey said January 20th is my birthday. Happy early birthday. David is a lion strong. Is that referring to my hair? Then yeah. What's up? Nice to see you, fam. What's Bitcoin's price right now? Bitcoin is just over 45K, keeps falling below 45, but we're at 45,000 even. Actually, just dropped below at 44.9. So again, we're kind of battling 45K currently. We're over 2% in the green today, but I'm looking for some more volume here. Let's look at the minute chart. Let's look at the minute. Let's look at the minute. Pamp it up, gotta pamp it. Yeah, it's this constant battle for so long now over this 45K. Why can't we have fun? This is why we can't have nice things. This is why we can't have nice things, because we're not getting an amazing amount of volume. It's like the bulls came in and then the bears shut it down. Can I please have an explanation? People in the chat, why? Why are people so emotional? Why are these bears trying to stop 45K Bitcoin? What is their issue? Do we have to have a chat? Do we need to do a little therapy session? Let's do it. Hold on. Where's a little pencil? Where's a little pencil? Hold on, I'm getting in my therapist outfit. Give me a second, guys. Don't rush me. So just imagine, you're a bear, you're in therapy. And I'm like some old woman in the chair. So, little Bitcoin bears, what is your issue? You're just jealous. Jealous of who, I may ask? Jealous of the people that want financial sovereignty. And you're selling, and so you want to sell your Bitcoin to BlackRock. And you want to support BlackRock. Why? Because you know they're going to take over the. So overall, what are you trying to say here? That you only care about Bitcoin as an investment vehicle. And that, okay, you're selling it for gains to put in the bank? Yes, okay. And why? Oh, okay. Okay, I think we could work on this, friend. Do you think that maybe you could look at Bitcoin as a currency? And that maybe that this is the future of the financial system? You could see that. You see that there could be a premise here. You know what? I think this was a great opening meeting here. A very, very good first session. Okay, Bitcoin Bear? Yeah. Do you want to continue this next time? You're unsure. Okay. Why are you unsure? You're not unsure. You want to continue. Okay. So I'll see you next week. This was a great opening chat. Have a good day. Okay. So there you go, guys. I actually did just have a therapy session with a Bitcoin bear, and they did confirm that they just want to sell their Bitcoin to BlackRock. Yeah, got it. Okay. So now that we cleared that up, I spoke to the bears. We understand. Benny, thank you for the rose. Rich goes until next week. That was so fun. No, that was good. Flashmax, I thank you for your service.
China.
Yeah, that's awesome. We need a potato song. Yeah, I like that.
A potato flew around my room before you came. Excuse.
Beautiful. I hope you guys are liking my new emojis. I changed the sheesh, the zesty emoji. I added a wow, which I think I have to fix. I don't know if it's really looking like how I wanted to. I also added the PFP. I added Liz Warren today because her boyfriend Gary was here. And the ETF decision might depend on Gary Gensler. If the rom-com he likes isn't on Netflix this week, he might get upset and deny the ETF. Benny, thank you for the rose in the hands heart. Shout out to you. What are the bears? The people that want to suppress Bitcoins. Ben's like, I just want 2 Bitcoins. Me too, man. I would love a Bitcoin. I want all the Bitcoins. Gary loves lawsuits just as much as he loves rom-coms, but not as much as he likes cats. Apparently his dad gave him a little kitty allergy. A little wee-wee allergy. So yeah, that's the way it is. I don't know. I feel like I'm crazy. I feel like I lost my mind. Bacon, eggs, and hash. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Buy more hugs. We should have more hugs. This is why maybe Gary Gensler just doesn't get enough hugs from Liz Warren, and that's why he's moody. Maybe that's why he's moody. Douglas, hello, Douglas Hyen. Nice to see you. Welcome to the stream, man. Welcome to the stream. FOMO sapien, humans, that's the issue. Yes, it's a lot of emotions. It's a lot of emotions. Again, guys, did I get the new rave music sorted out? Rob, thank you for bringing that up for me. No, I'm still trying to find some freaking royalty-free music. So again, like the rave is on hold, like for right now. I gotta find a song. I gotta get a song made. I'm trying to figure it out, guys. I just want to figure this out, man. I want something light, fun, zesty. I have some people making stuff, but I'm just like struggling ever so slightly. So we'll figure it out. Ben, can you mine it? What do you mean? Mine what? Thank you for the chilies. I appreciate it, Benny, for the chilies. If an ETF gets approved, everyone at the bar is going to be so annoyed about me running around talking about an elf this far into January. That's hilarious. Dan R., nice to see you, man. All right, man, this is so fun. Ask Piano Matty B. Do you think he could do a rave song with a piano? That's actually like something I should have thought of. But I don't know if you could do rave music with the piano. Does he do other things? That's pretty interesting. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I gotta figure this out. But I will. It will get done. I got time. I'm gonna think about it. Me and Emma are gonna search the internet and see what I can do. I don't know how YouTube goes by this stuff, because apparently everything I had was royalty free, copyright free. And now all of a sudden they're like, you have to take this out of your show or leave it and you'll get fined, whatever. Thank you for trying to calm me down, but this doesn't fix my issue. But thank you, I appreciate it. We love 9.99s, especially when they look like that. Ow. I just want to rave, put your arms around. Oh my God. I think that's the song you're talking about, Dave B. Listen, we'll see what happens this week. If anything major happens, if Bitcoin moonlets even more than it is now, because it's just over 45K, it could just make that move. We have a green dot that just printed on the minute here. So hopefully that can give us a little bit of a push, but I'm just not seeing the volume coming in that I want to see. So we'll if everything pops off, you guys know I'll be on the stream. I'll be giving you the latest. I'll be giving you the updates. It's an amazing time to be in Bitcoin because we're educating people about self-sovereignty. There's going to be a lot of TradFi plebs, and I want to know what the actual frick they're investing in, because honestly, they don't know what's going on. With Bitcoin and with crypto. They just know that these ETFs are coming out. Maybe they should buy it, but they have to know what it is, how they can actually participate in the decentralized financial ecosystem that Satoshi created for us. Shout out to Satoshi. Last week was Bitcoin's 15th birthday, so that was actually really iconic. And I really appreciate everyone coming by and celebrating it, because again, this is a really historical time where we're at a pivotal point in history where we have to take back control over the truth, take control over our data, over our value, over our wealth, over our property. And that's exactly what happens with Bitcoin, because you can inscribe things on the blockchain that will be there forever. You could transact with anyone, anywhere in the world. Thank you, Benjamin. And nobody can stop you. You are in control. Us as a people need to be in control. And I'm not just talking about America, guys. I'm talking about the world. This is a united front that we have. No other movement in history unites people like Bitcoin and crypto has, because it evens the playing field. It's not prejudice against race, against gender, against socioeconomic status. Everything is inclusive. There is no other industry that's as inclusive as crypto, that's censorship resistant like crypto, that brings more realism to your life and individuality than any movement. Don't let people hold your hand anymore. Learn what it means to be self-sovereign. Take control, guys. We're going to get after it this week. I'm so excited to see what happens. If you guys enjoyed the show, make sure you guys smash the like, subscribe to the channel, and share the stream out with friends so more people know what's going on with the latest news in cryptocurrency. I will be back later if things pop off, or if not, I will be back tomorrow, 9:45 a.m. Eastern, with the Daily Zest. Have a great day. Don't get caught up in Gary Gensler where he's calling you a huckster.
Fraudsters.
Scam artists. A
Ponzi schemes.
And stay zesty. Pamp it up. Rock on. And stay zesty. Peace.